You can't live without it, and not getting enough good sleep can have a big impact on how you think, feel and function. A survey conducted by the ABC of 20,000 people found only 12% of respondents wake up feeling refreshed on a regular basis, and 35% usually wake up feeling tired. We're joined now by sleep physician and chair of the Australian Sleep Foundation, David Hillman, to discuss these findings. Thanks for your time this evening. Were these findings in this study by the ABC in line with your years of research in this sector? They
are, Rachel. This 35% of people who feel tired on a daily or near daily basis is quite familiar to me. The percentage seems to be growing. When we looked at the situation about 5 or 6 years ago, it was about 1 in every 4 Australians made that sort of complaint. Now it's up 1 in 3, and this survey really bears that number out.
How much of an impact do stresses such as work have on someone's ability to sleep?
Well, I think sleep's in this rather grim competition with all those other things we want to do with our time: work, social life, family life, and increasingly electronic media. And it tends to be, it's that part of your life you can squeeze a bit, and it's getting squeezed. And the survey shows that, with a lot of people having 6 or less hours of sleep a night.
Do we really need that magic 8-hour figure that we've heard so much about for so many years?
Yeah, look, that's the average adult sleep requirement. Of course, there's a bit of variability around that. There are some people, between 1 and 3% of people are genuine short sleepers. That is, they can do with 6 hours or less a night, less than 6 hours a night. In this survey, 16% of people try and do that. So for every genuine short sleeper, you've got a whole lot of people who think they can get away with less. And what happens is they compromise the other parts of their life. They're thinking through a bit of a cloud, not reacting as quickly as they should be, not being as vigilant as they should be, and being a little bit more irritable as well.
You mentioned that the rates of sleeplessness have increased. To things like technology use, can you put it down to that?
Look, that seems to be the way it is. When we surveyed this question about 5 or 6 years ago, the spread of sleepiness across all the age groups, adult age groups, was pretty even. You now see a big bubble down in the younger age groups, and that seems to be the most likely explanation of that is social media. And in fact, in the ABC survey, a lot of people are using, about 44% of the survey are either watching television or using mobile phones or on their laptops or working in the hour before sleep. And a lot of them taking it right up to the brink of sleep, then switching these things on and expecting sleep to come, and of course it doesn't. And of course the other thing that all these things do is it robs that overnight time of sleep time, and so a little bit more time spent asleep has a big dividend for the daytime.
You often hear from people who exercise saying that if they exercise that day, it's easier for them to fall asleep. Is that true for most people, and what other techniques can we try to adopt?
Well, I think that activity during the daytime is a good thing. That is producing a more clear divide between being in the bedroom asleep and being out of the bedroom and awake. But I think really when you look at this survey and you look at the experience we're gathering, one important message that emerges is that people have got to make time in their daily schedule for sleep. In other words, sequester some time, make it a regular time overnight, and make sure you get enough time to get the sleep you actually know you need.
I've got a lot of friends who are having children at the moment, and a lot of them are sort of working a lot on getting sleep routines for their infants. Is that something that we as adults need to adopt then, perhaps, as well as creating a routine around bedtime to signal to ourselves time to go to sleep?
Yeah, there are 2 big drivers for sleep. One is the time you spend awake. That's a big driver for sleep. Of course, the other thing is your day-night wake-sleep rhythm, your body clock. And so in training that or getting in rhythm with that is an important part of good sleep hygiene, and it can be a great aid to sleep. So good sleep routines are a great idea, and of course laid down in early life, not a bad idea. Helping our kids get into those good routines early helps them in later life. I certainly see a lot of people with insomnia of various sorts who can trace their problems back to really rather poor routines as a child.
Dr David Hillman, thank you so much for explaining these findings to us.
Great to be with you.